Nyarwanda ntabwo dushaka kuba ababiligi.
Good morning, people of Africa, the beautiful continent that is struggling with weak leadership everywhere, in every corner. And yeah, guys, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, crap here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who's also a voter. And I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of our beautiful country, which is South Africa, and also our beautiful continent, Africa. So, okay, guys, as I'm about to put the matter on the table, I'm going to request in advance that when we engage in the comment section, let us be decent, because I'm going to bring in the DRC, Rwanda, as well as the US, not to mention Belgium. So those are the countries that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So I'm going to urge us that we keep it decent, no insults. I'm not going to be blocking anybody. Let me just say that up front. I just, sometimes when you see Africans going at each other in the comment section for the things that are being done by our leaders, we look at this, but we did not choose this. We did not choose this. It is happening to us as Africans, but we did not choose it. So, okay, guys, welcome to it. What am I talking about? So, okay, just to begin with, I just want to read what the president's account of the president of Rwanda's account posted on X. And there's a lot that I took from this post and said, now let me come and bring it to my people, and I hope my people don't fight in the comment section. This war in Congo, that was President Kagame. People have tried to make it Rwanda's war. Rwanda did not start this war. Rather, what those who started it wanted, it is what we are fighting against. And that is what I am going to explain to you. I'm also explaining to you as I'm bringing it as it is right from the president's post. This war has its origins in the history I just mentioned. Some people who are called Rwandans found themselves on the other side of the borders that define Rwanda today. It was not Rwanda that took them there. Rwanda did not move Rwandans to Kisoro in Uganda. Rwanda did not move Rwandans to Masisi, Rutshuru, and other places. Rwanda did not take them there. Now, for those who found themselves there, if the government of those countries want to tell them, get up and go back to where you belong, to Rwanda, if that is their decision, then they should expel them along with the land they live on and remain with only what belongs to them. That's a very important part that I want to bring. You see, the part that I just read is the one that I want to talk more on. He said, let's just go back. So if they were to tell them, get up and go back to where you belong, to Rwanda, if that's their decision, then they should expel them along with the land. If you claim to act in truth or seek peace, as all people do, then you must respect people's rights. Without a doubt, when you deny people their rights, they will fight for them. That's the fire I was talking about. And when you drag Rwandans into this situation and blame Rwanda because these other countries do not want the people who are there, what do you expect us to do? We will stand up for ourselves. President Kagame. The reason why I did not bring the video here is because some people will struggle to read the translation in the comment section. He was not speaking the language that might be understood by many people, and I'm one of the people that don't understand the language, and I just felt the captions there in the translation were very small to be able to read as he was talking. So there's a reason why I brought this here, guys, and I'd like us to discuss that. But before we do that, I just want to say one more time that for me, the biggest battle that will never go away, it is about the minerals. And I'm going to tell you why I think so. And I'm looking forward to reading your comments in the comment section. And I thought, let me go check how Tshisekedi has been involved in corruption in the DRC, if he has been. I said, let me see both sides, how things are going, which led me to the final conclusion that the problem of the DRC is the minerals, and it will forever be. The DRC unmasking Tshisekedi's failure to address deep-seated corruption. This article is from 2023 November on the 19th, but it is still relevant today because it's still less than 2 years, and whatever happened then still has an impact today. And I realized that Africa is being held in one spot, or maybe being collapsed by our leaders at the end of the day. So I'm going to read this article to you. Please, I'm looking forward to reading the comments in the comment section, whether from Rwanda or from the DRC. President Felix Tshisekedi leadership in the Democratic Republic of Congo is under scrutiny for, among other things, the unmet anti-corruption promises, transparency, international's low ranking on the country and of the country, and scandals over misused funds highlight systemic challenges jeopardizing the nation's stability. You see, corruption alone without the involvement of Rwanda is already causing instability in the DRC. Do you get? Sana. According to the 2022 Transparency International's report on Corruption Perception Index, DRC ranks 166th out of 180 countries. When he assumed office in 2029, Tshisekedi promised to fight endemic corruption and make life better for all Congolese people, but he failed, or simply never even tried. You know, this article, you can tell it was written by somebody that was fed up. It's just putting it out there. In a March 2022 statement, several Congolese Catholic bishops claimed that corruption and the embezzlement of public funds continue. We are witnessing the illicit and scandalous enrichment by a handful of political actors to the detriment of the population, the bishop said. To make matters worse, these crimes are committed by the same people who are called to be guarantors of the public good. In July 2023, Kinshasa hosted the Games of LA Francophonie. I hope I mentioned that very well. I pronounced that very well. After which Congolese authorities and organizers faced public criticism over the mismanagement as regards the funds of preparations for the games and the costs. Congolese Finance Minister Nicolas Kazadi reported that DRC spent $324 million, 7 times as much as planned to host the games. We have seen this movie in South Africa. It's not anything that we have not seen before. We know this very well, and it seems to be the modus operandi for our leaders. The entire continent, child. I don't know about other countries, but the majority of us in Africa, this is where we are. I'm telling you. Responding to the minister's comments, Francophonic Games Director Isodio Gwanja Sana Gambo, you see, please guys, pardon me if I don't pronounce these names very well, guys. Said that his committee had only been responsible for the agreed budget for activities, only $66 million. Where is the rest, guys? Where is the rest of the money? This raised suspicions about how Tshisekedi's government overvalued their activities for the Francophonic Games. Our leaders, they are leading us like they are our enemies in this entire continent, I repeat. The Tshisekedi government is not new to such corruption scandals. In a statement on April 27, 2023, a report by the Inspectorate General of Finance revealed massive embezzlement of taxpayers' money. According to the findings of an audit of the government's payroll, the AGF noted numerous irregularities with tens of thousands of ghost employees. The monthly loss of earnings suffered by the treasury is, Guys, I'm not going to even try and read that amount. I am not. Congolese francs and $66.2 million US dollars, the IGF stated. The Congolese Public Finance Watchdog noted that more than 145,000 paid agents have incorrect fictitious and fabricated registration numbers for payroll purposes. Guys, nearly 800 million US dollars is lost annually from the public treasury through this kind of embezzlement. Guys, if you are not angry, you just, I don't know, if you're an African and you read this and you are not upset, there is something that we need to scratch out of your head and put it aside. So that, in fact, not push it aside and just flush it so that we all get to see things. Tshisekedi's term has been characterized by a surge of corruption cases in government offices, especially among the close circle. In September 2022, leaked videos went viral showing Vidiye Chimanga, special strategic advisor to Tshisekedi, offering unlimited access to the country's mineral resources in exchange for bribes, including shares in the companies and underhand paybacks for himself and the president. You see, these are the elements that will not allow the eastern region of the DRC to be at peace. I'm telling you, this is a whole mess. Because as much as there is easy to point fingers here and there, if the house is not in order within, it is easy for outside forces to come and scatter your house. The video exposed the inner image of Tshisekedi's circle and the high levels of corruption in the country. The U.S. Department of State sanctioned 3 top environmental officials in the DRC for allegedly trafficking wildlife and involvement in significant corruption. The blacklisted individuals trafficked chimpanzees, gorillas, okapi, and other protected wildlife from the DRC, primarily to People's Republic of China, using falsified permits in return for bribes. In the department said statement, guys, due to this mismanagement of resources and widespread corruption in the DRC, nearly 2/3 of the country's approximately 100 million inhabitants live in less than $2.15 a day, the international poverty line, according to the World Bank. Tshisekedi has failed his compatriots in so many ways. Now, when you look at these things, guys, that situation that is happening in the DRC has got so many elements to it. Now, let us get into what truly matters.
Before you blame Rwanda on the issue of the M23 in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I want to give you a small background about exactly what is happening in the eastern part of the Congo. How did it all start? Because all you hear is that Rwanda is supporting M23 rebels. The DRC government is fighting against the M23 rebels to take the eastern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's what you hear in the news every day. I want to tell you exactly what's happening there. Let's go back to where it's all started. During the infamous Berlin Conference in Europe, when Europeans were dividing Africa amongst themselves, the Belgians took Congo, the Germans took Rwanda, Germans took Tanzania as well, and the English took Uganda, carving out this area amongst themselves as Europeans. They didn't care which tribes they were cutting in between. Most tribes in Africa have been cut in between. At the borders of most African countries, you find that the same tribe is found on each side of the border. It is very common across Africa because the Europeans did not care how they are dividing these tribes. All they did is just, you're taking this, we're taking this, you're taking this, we're taking this. So that's how they divided the DR Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania, around that area. And the Tutsi tribe ended up having its territory divided between 2 countries, Rwanda and the then Zaire, which is today's Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, why are the M23 rebels fighting against the Democratic Republic of Congo forces and the United Nations in the eastern part of the Republic of Congo? And who are the M23? The M23 rebels are a rebel group that was formed by the Tutsis themselves to defend their territory, which is the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, to defend against who? Against the Democratic Republic of Congo government, which has been trying to take over their land, the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, for decades now. You might be wondering how a group of people might be trying to defend themselves against their own government in their own country. Yes, that's the Democratic Republic of Congo. There is no rule of law. Everybody for himself. If you are weak, you are displaced. And this is what happens. Countries like the United States, China, and Russia have gone to the Democratic Republic of Congo, have chosen territories that they want to take over, and they've armed tribes that live there to fight off some tribes. So weaker tribes are taken over. So every tribe in the Congo DRC has to arm itself to the teeth. Those who have more arms and stronger, they take more territory. Government is in on it. The United States, the EU, they use the United Nations troops as cover for gang warfare that is going on in the DRC. There's no government in the DRC. They call themselves government, yes, because they run things from Kinshasa. But in actual fact, they are a gang that represents the United States, France, and others to loot the DRC. And what do? The Democratic Republic of Congo forces themselves will go out there and displace their own people off their land and allow American, British, and Belgian and French companies to be mining on those lands while the indigenous people on those lands have been displaced. This is why the Tutsis in the eastern part of the Congo armed themselves, starting with the Banyamulenge, now with the M23. Because if you don't arm yourself in the DRC as a tribe, you are finished, especially if you have rich land like the eastern part of the DRC that belongs to the Tutsis. So the M23 rebels had to arm themselves to fight to defend their territory. The eastern part of Congo is rich with uranium, lithium, and other semiconductor minerals that are used to make phones and drones and everything. So now, the world is moving towards drones and phones, these smartphones and everything, and electric car batteries and everything. And these minerals are in abundance in the eastern part of the Congo. Are you following me? So, government forces are fighting to take the eastern part of the Congo away from the Tutsis. The Democratic Republic of Congo government is not being very... How does Rwanda come in? Follow me now. Rwanda comes in because there is a Tutsi government in Rwanda. And they are one people, by the way. They are just divided by the borders. They speak one language. They have one culture. They have the same religion. So they went to Rwanda and asked for help from Rwanda. So what does Rwanda do? They are countrymen. They are clansmen. Can they let them down? No. Because even when they are mining their own land as Tutsis in the eastern part of the Republic of Congo, they are not going to export their minerals that they are mining from there through Kinshasa or through other places. They have to find safer routes that they trust. So where are the safer routes to get the minerals out? It's Rwanda and Uganda. Do you understand what's going on here? So they fostered a relationship with Rwanda. Now, what does Rwanda benefit? From the exports, of course. One.
Now, back to what I wanted to comment on regarding that situation and the minerals. So, there is something that I read in the post that was posted by the presidency, the Rwandan presidency, quoting the president. He said, if you want to chase those people away, you say let them pack and go back to Rwanda. send them with their land. And to me, it says he has his eyes on those minerals because those are his people too. It is said that that land belongs to the Tutsi people, and the president of Rwanda is a Tutsi president as well. So and he also has Tutsis within Rwanda, the Tutsis that were divided when colonialism was dividing the area. So now you have others on the other side of the border, the others within your border. So those people and that region that is rich in minerals will feel like it belongs more to you than the side of the DRC with Tshisekedi and them. Yo, guys, which explains to me why would Rwanda support M23? And that talks to the situation that says the DRC will never have peace as long as there are those minerals there. And it's not like those minerals will vanish overnight. And while you are still... And also it explains why Rwanda has been exporting minerals. They don't feel like there is something wrong that they are doing. That's why they feel the need to defend that region, to defend their access to the minerals. Please, you are allowed to disagree with me in the comment section. Because if I have the Tutsi people within my country and just outside my border, I have the same people as well, and I'm one of them, and they have the land that is rich in minerals which they are exporting through my country, and my country's benefits. What is stopping me from protecting that? Do you get? Yo. And when going back to Tshisekedi, that's why I'm saying the DRC will never find peace. And now you're going to Tshisekedi. Tshisekedi is being accused of serious corruption. Apparently, there's a video that was circulating. I never saw that, and I just don't have time to look for it. So it also talks to the misuse of the same minerals. This is not happening against a government. What M23 is doing is not doing against a government that is fully functional, a government that is corruption-free, a government that is for the people. Regardless, the people of the DRC are still screwed anyway. This whole thing is an entire mess. So let's just say now, the government wins and finally secure the land again and have that region fully under their control. It still won't benefit the ordinary people of the DRC with so much corruption that is happening there. And the one that looks like is playing the double agent there is the US. It was said that the US is supporting Rwanda because they are getting the minerals from the eastern region of the DRC. So now they impose sanctions on a few individuals. The US has imposed sanctions on a few individuals within Rwanda. And you have the DRC asking the US that please help us in sorting out that situation in the eastern region. In return, we'll give you access to our minerals. So, ixabalazile lanto EU-US. Guys, when I say ixabalazile, I'm just saying they're double agent now. It's like they are looking for who's going to win this war and they side with them. Or maybe they benefit from both sides, from the DRC and from the Rwanda side or the M23 side. So I brought this video so that we can have this comment section, this conversation in the comment section. What do you agree with me or you disagree with me? Because it looks like there shall never be peace in the eastern region of the DRC, because the main reason, with many countries having their eyes in there and the government, criminals wanting their hands in there, and everyone, the mafia, everyone just have their eyes on those minerals in the DRC. And setting that aside, I just want to say, you know what? I was laughing, I was cracked up that that Rwanda decided, you know what? We're just going to cut ties with you, Belgium. So Belgium imposed sanctions recently on Rwanda. And President Kagame looked at it and said, like, okay, this relationship is not working. And it's not like we called you here a long time ago. So it's just going to be back to factory settings then. So we cutting ties. You go away, we go away with your sanctions. Take your sanctions with you. Hey, guys. Sarah, it is so interesting for me. So, actually, when going back to the minerals thing, the Tutsi people who are both in Rwanda and in the DRC, they feel like they are the rightful owners of that land because the government is non-existent in any country. A country is not supposed to be divided like that, being run by tribes or clans or whatever you can call it. It's not, the whole thing is supposed to be under one umbrella, which is the government. So basically there are land grabs in the DRC because the government is dysfunctional. So anyway, guys, it's a whole mess. So it's every man for himself. You have to defend yourself as a tribe. There is no rest there. I don't know if that situation will ever end. And I've lost all hope. The minute I understood fully what is happening there, I lost all hope if that situation is going to be sorted out. Anyway, if you would like to add to this, please do add in the comment section. If you want to disagree with the things that I've said, please use the comment section as well. Just use the comment section to engage in this topic. And guys, if you watched up to here, nibe nemini emnandi.